Test 1, 2. Two minutes. This is the 2-minute warning. If anyone wants to leave the area because of the show, this is your 2-minute warning to leave.
Oh, yeah. Bring that up.
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the Gulf of Mexico as their backdrop, broadcasting live from the Margaritaville Resort on Fort Myers Beach, here are the hosts of the dinkiest podcast in America, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Yeah, baby. Welcome to Margaritaville. Welcome to License to Chill. And thank you all for coming. Thank you all for wearing our colors and our shirts. And we ran out of the glasses for everybody that we were giving away glasses and koozies to everybody that came by with our gear on, and we ran out. We have more at home, but I didn't bring enough.
We do.
So
well, I was thinking you should have put like a number on it or something, because I didn't want people to leave, sad.
What kind of number? We'll make sure
Like
that we get it
first
to them,
come, first
dear.
serve.
Nobody's leaving Margaritaville sad. Believe me, nobody is leaving Margaritaville sad.
Somebody asked me about the pool. I said Ed has yet to take me over there.
No, we're hoping to go to the pool tomorrow. Has anybody been to the pool yet? I mean, it's fabulous. Wow, it looks unbelievable. And we appreciate you all coming out. We have a killer lineup of guests for today and for tomorrow at Wahoo Willie's. So much is going on Fort Myers Beach. Everybody wants to come on the beach. Everybody wants to be here. We will not ever, after I say it once, say the word traffic for the rest of the show, because you're here. It doesn't matter anymore. You're here, and people want to be on this beach. And there's one main reason, other than all the other things, that people come to this beach, and that's the Gulf of Mexico. They want to sit and look at the Gulf of Mexico, and it's never going to go away. And I keep saying to the mayor, the minute that you guys drop that nice new sand on that beach and spread it out all across this island, it's going to be crazier.
Do you think that's going to keep people from getting stuck in the beach, stuck there on their car?
Please.
Really, you're not supposed to be on there. It's shocking how many other beaches deal with this too. It's like a whole thing.
I do have to say thank you to all the dumbasses that do that, because during a slow news week, you can always count on some moron parking their car in the beach and getting stuck and not knowing, well, There are no other cars on the beach. It's probably okay for me to just pull my vehicle up on the beach and sit out and drink beers out of the back of my Jeep.
The other thing is they're pulling on, somebody's property.
I know you have
How do you not?
Right.
How do you think that this is an open invitation for just you to pull your car out there?
It's been 100 years since we drove, or I went on Daytona Beach once in my life.
Yep.
But there was direction, like you knew where to go to get on the beach at Daytona. Here you have to just say, oh shit, let me just pull my vehicle through somebody's yard, because there used to be a house here and they won't care that I'm driving through their yard and I'm going to park there. I mean, it's crazy, but we love it. So keep it up, please, because we all get a good laugh when that happens.
Don't keep it up.
And I don't think the sheriff's department's writing tickets, although they probably could, but I'm pretty sure they're yelling at them or telling them to get off the beach. But so we have a full lineup of guests. So anything you want to say before we get rolling?
I like how I was given a gift last week of that really fine smelling candle.
Yeah.
For me. And I come home last night from a long day of work and I walk in and I'm like, wow, the house smells great. Because he stays home. He doesn't really do anything.
No.
But he had cleaned. So I was like, oh, wow, he must, smells good, da, da, da. And I come in, he's sitting there having a drink and the candle is going, like my special candle. So I said something to him. He immediately blew it out, put it back
She's
in
like,
the
it's
box.
for special occasions when we have people over, not just the two of us, because the two of us sitting together is never a special occasion.
Yeah.
It's just a normal thing. So I blew the candle out.
That's like a regular candle event.
I put it back in the box.
Not a really good smelling, nice candle.
But listen, so at 5:30, I thought we were going to have a nice, relaxing night. And I'm like,
so did I.
I hit the wall, because this thing with my sinuses, I know I sound like a sissy. I know I'm being a sissy, but these drugs that I'm on are like, you feel fine throughout the day. And then all of a sudden, I have to go to bed. I'm like in bed at 6 o'clock.
I get home at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And 15 minutes later, he's like, I'm going to go lay down.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess I'm by myself with the dogs on the lanai, kind of hanging out, listen to music. People are walking by.
The dogs are barking.
Hey.
By the way, I have been reading a lot about the Bay of Pigs while I'm trying to sleep. Sometimes I can't sleep, so I've been reading a lot about the Bay of Pigs and the Cuban Missile Crisis and Khrushchev. And I'm really I need to.
That's because you watched that movie.
I know the spy movie about Penkovsky or whatever, Penkovsky, what his name was. But so, I mean, I need to get a biography of Khrushchev so I can see what a nutcase that crazy Russian was. But the whole Cuban Missile Crisis, did anybody know that we were basically on the brink of nuclear war back then? I mean, holy crap, that sounds crazy. 13 days and the whole thing. But enough about us. I know Karen Woodson's looking at us like she's doing her nails like, holy crap, enough. I'm standing here. These guys are going to talk about their own shit for the whole hour. We're here for a very important reason. Karen Woodson and Christy Hennessy, everybody, from Lovers Key.
Come on.
The Friends of Lovers Key. Come on down.
By the way, first off, let me ask you, where did you get your sunglasses?
Well, dear, give them a
those
microphone.
are my favorite. Yeah.
Karen Woodson is on the
These
town council,
are-
everybody, by the way.
Well, they take your credit card in case there's more to it, And actually, when I first got them, my 2-year-old grandson took the arms of them and just ripped them apart. And I said that when I sent them back, my 2-year-old grandson got a hold of them. They sent me a brand new pair, no charge. Yeah.
All right.
So for anybody that's from out of town that doesn't know, Karen Woodson is on the town council. Yes. She is not up for re-election this year. There are three seats that are up for election. Karen is not one of them. We are going to have a person
Stuck
on.
with me another 3 years.
And before we get to the Lovers Key, why are you looking at your watch already, Christy? Use the microphone, Christy.
I'm not talking yet. John
We fixed
just
it. I
said,
fixed it. I
okay.
fixed it. I fixed it.
Okay,
So-
so before we get started though, look at those shoes.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
those new
we gotta
tennis
have
shoes.
the yellow.
I
got those for him for
manage.
Christmas.
Can't
Those
see it
are
on the camera
amazing.
there.
I remember
know.
seeing those featured on Facebook as
Yes.
a Christmas present
Yes.
along
Hi,
with
how are you
this.
guys?
I got a good deal on them. Can you imagine why? Yeah.
Nobody else would wear
Nobody
them.
wants
I
them.
would wear
Yellow.
those.
The
I love
yellow
yellow.
army tennis
I'll get
shoes.
you a
It's the
pair.
I mean,
best.
it's nice to see everybody show up in their yellow shirts. I stole it from the Lions Club, actually. So, so Karen, before we get to the Lover's Key stuff,
Oh,
I
here we
need
go.
2 quick questions: yes or no for the new outrigger proposal?
Wow, let's just start off really slow.
Come on,
on
Start
guys.
off
this
with
thing.
an
It's a big
easy
deal.
one.
Okay, so when I saw the Lover's Key or Lover's Key outrigger proposal, it actually has been about 3 months ago, and I honestly don't know if anything has changed on it. If it's higher, if it's wider, if it's this, if it's that. I gave some pretty strong feedback at the time of what I knew that the public wanted to see. But I'll tell you, there are so many fabulous points to this, and they are trying so hard. They want to bring that outrigger beach tiki back for
Yes.
all the citizens, open to the public. That is a for sure. I can tell you that one. I know that there's restaurants.
Yes.
All
Right. Let me narrow it down a little bit. I'll keep it focused. 17 stories, a yes or a no?
It depends.
Okay.
There's a lot of public benefit.
I'm sorry, you're not on the
so-
town council, Christy. You're not allowed to answer this.
Shut up, my face.
Finally, there she is. She's arrived.
So-
That's why I've been your co-host before.
So 17 is not a hard no.
It should not be a hard no because of the public benefits, because of where it's located. It's located in high-rise city. I mean, all of those high-rise condominiums, everybody who lives there. I mean,
Something I'm not here, I'm saving you for just a minute while you're thinking. Something that I don't hear enough and I keep saying is, we have, I'm on St. Carlos Island, but there
she's
are,
easy to talk. She can't even vote on the
I
island.
can't vote, so.
So she can say anything she
Come on,
wants.
get to the point. What's your point? What's your point? Come on.
My point is, there are different
Yes.
zone areas of the island. There's the high-rise district. There is the quiet center.
Yes.
There's the, what is it?
Downtown walkable.
There's, well, downtown walkable, but there's the business district like Bourbon
Yes.
Oaks and the town hall and so forth.
Commercial district.
Commercial
But you
district,
guys
yeah.
see the reaction to the height. People on Fort Myers Beach are afraid of heights. They don't
They don't
want,
have to jump off the building.
I know, but they see the comp plan as 3 or 4 stories.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it right now because he's really,
All right,
you're
we'll
making
move
me
on.
crazy.
We'll move
Yeah,
on.
move
The
on.
second question is just the traffic. You've been hearing about it, you've been seeing it. I mean, and we're trying to figure out, people are trying to figure out what's going on, but you can't figure it out. People are coming to the beach no matter
I
what.
know. Can you let me get a word in?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I look
And
at
then I
the
have a
comments
comment.
every once in a while, and it's like two things sometimes can be true at once, but I don't know that that applies to traffic. And you see people say, it's been like this forever, it's the same, and then you see other people go, it's never been this bad, it's horrible. So, you know, throw your hat into that ring as to what you think it is compared to before, and then what the issue is.
So I don't know if you saw the town council meeting last week. Yeah, last week. But I suggested at that meeting that they turn off this margarita
Mhm.
light into just a flashing yellow until such time as they get all the road construction done. So coming, the Buttonwood stoplight, over the bridge,
The
this
base of the
one,
bridge.
base of the bridge, all of that, get it all figured out, get it timed right. And oh, by the way, we started to bring back the Lee County sheriffs, the traffic people. They were at San Carlos and Estero, Old San Carlos and Estero. They were at Crescent yesterday. And yeah, we have volumes of traffic. We do. We have day trippers because there's no place to stay, which is another reason a 17-story thing could not be a bad deal. Anyway, but we have day trippers here. We have tons and tons of construction people on the island. We have people coming to visit and support. Look at all the people here. So be patient, people. And oh, by the way, don't hit that crosswalk button every 2 seconds to stop the flow of traffic to run over it. Wait your turn. And that's what I think the enforcement is going to help with too.
And people have to stop saying, oh, it's because of this Margaritaville building with so many people, because
It's not
there's
the
a
building.
crosswalk.
Yeah.
They take the
And-
pedestrian
and-
crosswalk.
Go up the stairs, go over the top, and
Right.
go back
That's
down.
how I cross the
Yeah.
street, and I look at all these people just standing there, and they could just
Yeah, if
go
you
up
want
the
to go
stairs,
quicker, just go up and over.
just
Yeah.
go up and over.
And finally on this, and then we'll go to Lover's Key. Margaritaville did not install the light. Anyone that thinks Margaritaville installed the light is wrong.
This is
It's-
part of
it's at least-
FDOT's plan.
You're going to see 2 more lights at the base of the bridge and going over to the other side on the other side of the island. They're claiming, although I have my doubts about the FDOT plan with the crosswalks at the base of the bridge, it's crosswalk hell that they're proposing at the base of the bridge, and they think that, okay, I know I'm getting off base here, but they think that shrubbery is
Dave's
going
going
to
to start giving you the wind it up.
they think shrubbery is going to prevent people from crossing the street until the first person creates a path by kicking the shrubs down, and then everybody thinks they can walk through it. Oh shit, there's a path here, we can all walk through it, and everybody be walking across the street. But anyway, that is all part of FDOT and Lee County. It has nothing to do with Margaritaville. So stop complaining that Margaritaville put the light in. They didn't put the light in. So Lover's Key.
And truly, the
Go ahead.
council is putting pressure on for this. I know Andy has had many conversations with Lee County. That is how we got the traffic people approved. That's going to go on for sure through March 31st.
Right.
So that hopefully will alleviate some. It's not going to alleviate it all. We're on the beach. We're on a
Right.
2-lane
Yes.
road on the beach. But
And
it will help.
people are just clamoring to get back
Oh,
on the beach
see, now
because they
you
haven't
started
been on the
them right
beach.
back
I
up
know.
again.
But they haven't been on the beach in forever because, there was a little dinky little hurricane that came through there and knocked a few things down, and they want to come back to the beach. So, Christy Hennessy,
yes, Ed.
give us a brief rundown of the Friends of Lovers Key.
Well, the Friends of Lovers Key, we are a board, the board of the Friends of Lovers Key. We are a board that raises money, 501c3, Folks, also called Folks, Friends of Lovers Key. It goes to supporting our wonderful park rangers. Education is huge, and sustainability of the park, sustainability of nature, and teaching the guests who come, and I got a bug. And kids. It's huge with kids.
Yeah, they have a
Kids
great
camp.
summer program there. And that's one of the most visited parks in the Florida State Park area. And they don't, they only get all the state parks only get, it's my understanding,
That's true.
they only get a certain amount of money, which is not,
Yeah.
that's not enough to sustain all of the activities and stuff that's going on down
And
there.
I don't think I'm out of line saying this, but as a pre-hurricane,
Get out of line.
yeah, pre-hurricane, it was reported that Lovers Key State Park brought in $1 million. And so we said, well, how much does the park get? $150,000.
Oh,
So we
That's it.
support all of the Florida state parks, which we could say, oh, but yet we've got this stellar board
yeah.
and all the volunteers,
Yes.
different hat and board. And so we do everything we can for a fantastic experience for all the visitors. We're constantly asking the rangers, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And either go out to find it donated or we work to raise the money. The Whale gave 2 UTVs,
Yeah.
right off the bat. And so we have great support.
So a couple of years ago, you guys held a gala, right? It was at least 2 years ago, right?
It was
the
2 years ago. It was our first annual, and then
It was-
Ian happened.
Folks, if you didn't go to that, you really should look into going to the next one. It was so much fun. It was an auction. People get drunk and they buy shit that they never thought. They wake up the next day and they're like, "I'm happy I donated the money, but what the hell did I buy?"
But they
last
went
night?
on some fabulous trips.
Yes.
And they had
And
wine trips and
and
golf trips.
I
and-
think
And you
it
get
was-
dressed up
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
food
It's a
around.
social kind of thing.
Very.
It's a social thing for a great cause, and you buy stuff you really don't need, but it's cool because you don't care because it's for a great cause. not everything is stuff you don't. There were some people that really appreciated what they got. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
exaggerating.
Yeah.
There was some amazing.
Yeah, there was a
things
lot
that
of
were
great
auctioned off.
prizes, and,
Right.
so what happened
We would
was
try to raise our hand first,
Yeah.
knowing that someone was going to outbid us because we were like, nope.
In other words, they ran up the bids
Yeah.
for you. Just
Oh,
so
let's
you
get
know.
one in, and then,
Do that
okay,
again.
sorry,
Do that again.
we got nothing. It's
we
you
didn't
know.
buy anything that night.
No,
So
Oh, you made a donation, a
Yes, of
biggie.
course.
that's right.
Big donation.
and so I think was it Peter Bush? It was somebody from a TV
Yeah,
station
Peter
that did.
Bush
there was
was
a
the
host.
MC.
And you had a
Yep.
great auctioneer.
Yep.
And so one of the things that, as I saw that, I thought, man, we should do like a red carpet where people pull up and they valet park. And Kim and I criticize their dress like they
We're
do.
not going to
Like they do with the
criticize.
Oscars. Yeah, like they do with the Oscars.
It's supposed to be a positive
Yeah, well,
experience.
you know what I'm
Positive
saying.
and positive
You look
things.
lovely in that.
That's why
what the
Kim-
hell is that
That's
thing
why
you're wearing?
Kim is there.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Kim,
why we
Kim
have
is there
Kim.
for reinforcement.
You have no idea.
I know, because I'm a fashion
About-
expert, as you all know.
No.
Hey,
So
with yellow, are you going to
So-
wear your yellow shoes?
I'm going to wear a tuxedo
Probably.
with shorts. That's the best way
and
to do
your
it.
yellow shoes. Your yellow tennis
and my
shoes.
yellow shoes. So they
You're going to
actually
be running against Ron Fleming in the most
Oh, no, he was
unusual
best dressed
outfit.
last
Yeah.
year. So they actually took us up on that idea,
You did.
and we're going to do like the red carpet where people come and they get out of their cars and they valet park and they come to the red carpet and
and you're going to live stream it.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna live
They're all
stream the
gonna
whole
be on-
thing.
yeah.
and we're really hoping to raise a ton of money because then we could do some virtual. We've raised a few dollars here and there, so we're hoping to raise a couple of bucks to add to that. So go ahead, Chrissy.
Go ahead.
Would you,
Yeah.
Shall we tell you?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the Beach Talk Radio, aka BTR, Game of Chance tickets.
Because
So-
we can't have a raffle.
We can't
But
have a
can game
raffle.
of chance.
We can't say the word raffle. We're
Okay.
part of the state park system. So, $25 a ticket or $100 for 5 tickets. But listen to this. This is what your game of chance is. Gullwing Resort, I think I'm hoping everyone knows where that is, down further south on
South
the
end
island.
of the beach.
Mhm.
Beautiful. And it was one of the first ones open after the hurricane. And just a great neighbor to the entire town and the island. They are offering 2 3-day, 2-night stays at
Oh,
Gold
yeah.
Ring Resort, 2-bedroom standard unit. So this is for 8 people. 4 sets of beach seating provided by. So
I
sets
just
means
because you
2.
you made this point. It's 2. You're going to get 2 3 days.
Yes, 2
So
3 days,
4 in
2
one,
packages.
4 in another.
2 packages.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
each one of them have 2-bedroom units.
Yeah.
So a total of 8
So
people.
4 bedrooms, lots of bathrooms, and 3 days, 2 nights.
Plenty of room. 4 sets of beach seating, set meaning 2. So there are 8 of the beach seating provided by Mid Island Water Sports. Thank you very much. And that choose from an oversized umbrella with 2 chairs or a cabana with overhead. So it's customized to your own experience. And then thank you, Island Carts, FMB, 2 4-seater. So there's a seat for everyone. Don't drive them on the sidewalk. 2 street legal 4-seater golf carts provided by Island Carts FMB. And then for your dining experience, 4 $50 gift certificates to Lovers Key State Park. And while you're there, schedule this, a private ranger tour of Lovers Key State Park. Those are fantastic. You get to for the walking tour.
All right. So
plus
how
the
do people
riding
register
tour.
for all that?
And a 10% discount at the Nature
You
Nook.
gotta
at the
speed it up.
Welcome
Gotta
to
speed it up.
Senior
How
I
do
Center.
people
love it.
register
I
for
love
that?
it how you're the only one that can go on and go on and go on. And when I try to like curtail you, you get all upset. But boy, you're
Well, it is my
quickly
show, dear.
I have the
whipping
stage.
that out.
I have the stage.
Yes.
I am paying
I
for
can
this
shut
real
his
estate.
microphone
You
off.
gave me the mic.
Well, how do people register?
Well, okay, this is for you. And
Thank
you'll
you.
do it
Right.
online and you'll figure all that
Okay,
out.
I'll figure it out.
And we've got this. I don't know if you can see it.
Yep.
Da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da. So that's for Ed. That,
Okay,
and,
I'll get
and
that
Kim
all on
that
our
they can
website,
post.
on our Facebook page. I have all this already. Yes.
But to come to the gala
Oh, here we go.
and experience it firsthand. Now the VIP tickets sold out before we could even get
How much
any
did they sell out
word
for? How much
out.
were they?
They were $500 a ticket,
Sweet.
and they sold out like crazy.
And you only
so
get $10 of that because you got to give the rest of the state.
the state only
No.
gets the park entry fee.
Oh, okay.
So this is our gala. We have some of the signs going up around different places. It's on Friends of Lovers Key website. It is on the Lovers Key State Park website. There is a link that you go straight to buying your tickets on Shopify so you don't end up with all those outrageous fees. And we also have
When is the event? What day is the event?
well,
February.
the link wouldn't be on there.
February. When is the
The
I'll
event?
event
explain
is
later.
February 24th,
It's when it's posted.
February 24th.
It's February
5:30
24th.
to 10:30.
All right.
And with your ticket, that includes your drinks and food.
Yeah. And
Yes,
and
okay.
what, Christy? Christy, you've been drinking this morning. I mean, what the hell are you doing?
I had a smoothie.
Was it spiked with something? Did it have tequila in it or something?
It had like good
Have you
vitamin supplements.
Have you been to the pool yet today?
It had vitamin in it.
Have you been to the pool
It
yet?
had spinach in it.
Yeah.
No, but I walked by and I gawked.
Nice.
Okay, so oops, that's the wrong one. So on here,
Yeah.
okay, where's my cheat sheet?
All right. February 24th, the Lovers Key Gala. How many tickets are left, Karen?
We have
Six.
probably 60, 55 or
And the
60
tickets, if
of
you
the
wanted to
premiere.
buy them now, were how much?
$350.
$350.
$350, and that includes 2 drink tickets. It includes your dinner. You participate in the live auction. This year we have Matt Devitt as our
cool.
From WCCO
Is he the weather guy?
meteorologist. He's the weather guy.
Nice.
The hurricane man.
Yeah.
So he's our MC. We have an auctioneer. We also, is one of the auction items when you go, just so you know, we have meteorologists for a day. So you'll be able to bid on actually going to the Wink headquarters, taking a whole tour through it, see how they do all of this stuff with the weather. Matt will take you through all that. So
Cool.
that's one of the auction items.
All
So
right.
And then as far as the dinner, it is a multi-course gourmet dinner under the stars, catered
Yes.
by Black Salt.
Folks, if you have
So-
not been out there, it's unbelievable.
really,
we
really
had a
good.
great time when we were there, and it really is fun to hang out with all those muckety mucks and
Wait,
and go ahead.
The previous one
How much did that raise?
was
50,000. Our first year out of the chute, we
Nice.
raised 50,000
after
for the park.
expenses.
After expenses.
After we have very high
Very nice,
expenses,
yes.
obviously.
Because
And
you get paid a lot, Christy.
I
As
I
a
have a
volunteer.
very, I
We
have a
get
very
paid
high
nothing.
salary.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
get
we'll
paid worse than on the council.
Yeah.
Well, you should do what Cape Coral does. Just give herself a raise,
Well,
and
there
nobody
you
will
go.
know the difference.
There
so.
you go.
All right, thank you guys. We'll get all
Thank
this
you.
on our website. If you got what, we'd like to see all you guys in your yellow shirts, your yellow tuxedos. Yellow tuxedos.
Yellow
Oh,
tuxedos.
there you
There
go.
you
The
go.
wheels are turning now.
Hey,
They
there,
barely exist.
there is actually a store. Get this. I was just in there yesterday because I'm looking for a different jacket for my husband to wear. There is a store up at Colonial and 41. It's called Suits Plus, and they have the wildest formal wear
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I'm not
It's
kidding
got to
you.
be a yellow tuxedo.
I'm
Can you
dragging
rent
Mark
it?
there.
Or you have to buy.
Actually, I think you can rent one. Yeah, I think
All
they have rentals and buy, but it's pretty fantastic.
We'll get everything up on our website, and we hope to see you guys there. Thank you, Karen. Thank you,
Thank
Christy.
you.
We will see you
Get your guys.
at Lovers Key. Yeah. All right, everybody. Before we get to Drew, don't go anywhere. We're going to tell you about the Shrimp Festival that is coming up, and then we're going to talk to Scott, who's trying to fill in that seat at the town council. Starlight Electric, everybody. One of the reasons we're able to give you all this information, everybody keeps coming up to us and thanking us, and I've given up telling people to stop thanking us. It means a lot that you say that, and we'll keep doing it. There's so much going on the beach. This next year is going to be crazy, but it's people like Starlight Electric. If you need help with your electricity, because, you know, the worst thing you want is to have a house and you can't turn the lights on, or, you know, nothing works when you flip the light. You want to call Starlight Electric right now. The office number is 239-313-7122. They are local, family owned and operated since 2013. They are licensed in Florida since 2004, and both owners are involved in the daily operations of Starlight Electric. And right now, I think both of the kids are sitting in the car playing around with the car radio, listening to AM radio. And you can call them at 239-641-9611. 239-641-9611. I also want to thank our friends at outdoorservices.com, because when you build a house, you want to make sure your landscaping looks nice, your lanai looks nice, your hardscaping. I don't even know what hardscaping is. It's kind of like landscaping, I guess, but it's harder, not softer. You want to call Outdoor Services, overall outdoorservices.com, because Chris is sitting in his car right now waiting for you to call. His cell phone is 239-322-2661. 239-322-2661. That's Outdoor Services, overall outdoorservices.com. Thank you guys for sponsoring. And ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Fort Myers Beach Lions Club Shrimp Festival returns this year. Yeah, baby. And right now to tell us all about it from the Lions Club, Drew Yellen. Drew, come on down, man. Yeah, man. Give him a microphone, dear. He's been waiting for this a long time.
Number 3 for you.
Yeah.
You can give me a
Well, it's
microphone, but I
great
don't
to
know how
have
use
you
it.
back.
It
It's
is-
been a
great.
while.
It's been a while, yeah.
So you're still like the grand poobah of the Lions Club? Are you like running that pride now?
Still, yeah, president of the Lions Club, but kind of like hosts of things. We don't do the hard work. We nice. There's a lot of people that really help out too. Lions Club has taken some some hits in recent years. So there's just a few some that still haven't been able to come back because condos and the rebuild that's going on. But we've had a lot of success reaching out. So in December, we were talking, and I said, no, there's no way, we're not going to be able to do the festival. It was kind of a cry for help, and people responded. And we've had a lot of people come out, and there's been some good brainstorming.
Nice.
And people that have lived in this community for a long time. 66 years ago was the first one on the beach, and it's been almost every year since then, right? Barring certain unmentionable events. Yes. But yeah, so people really came out, and that's been huge. So even just this last week, we had some heavy hitters on the beach come talk to the Lions Club.
Like who? Who's a heavy hitter?
Well, so I do it. I can name them out loud.
Yeah.
Well, so Jackie Lezak knows everybody here and has some really good personal memories for it. She's great. She's connected with some people. One of the big hard parts for the Lions Club to do is getting the permitting, closing the bridge for that and the parade. So Jeff Hauge, Parks and Rec, is going to help us out. Huge, big deal for us, right? Big time.
Jeff's great. Yeah.
Yep. Tuna Skin folks are, rock solid beach business people, right?
Right.
Dan and Bill are super. So they're gonna help us do some, a little bit more than we've done before, right?
Nice.
So for
That's good.
people who are new and haven't ever been to the Shrimp Festival, give us a rundown of all of the events that go on.
Before you do that,
Okay.
that's a
I
great.
can't ask
That's
a
a great.
question.
That's a great question. But we have to pay homage to our friend who every year he
yeah.
came on, Bernard,
Mhm.
Yep.
and
Mr. Bernard.
he was from, where was he from? Ireland.
Ireland,
And
yeah.
he would
And
come
he would
on.
always say "Turdy Tree."
He
and
would come
I
on
would
to the
love
show,
that,
and he was
and I would make him find a way to make him say it.
for years. Those of you that have been following the show know he would come on the show and he put up with my crap. And then he came to our house to buy a shirt during, I don't know, it might have been, it was
COVID
during
That takes
COVID
some
or
courage.
something. He came all the way out to Gateway, and him and his wife came, and it was nice to see them at our house. And then he got COVID and he passed away.
Yeah.
And it was the saddest thing because he was
Yeah.
so important to the Lions, and he was so important.
He was.
This
Yep.
it almost seemed to me like the Shrimp Festival was his life when that thing came around.
Yeah, so Bernard came in and he picked up the Shrimp Festival for a lion that had moved away, that had run it for years and years, Ted. And he picked it up, he ran with it, he learned the ins and outs of it, and he documented. He was great at really getting the organization and being able to just write everything down that everybody was doing, right? They're keeping their heads, the kind of this sort of tribal knowledge. He was awesome at that. And also just a great personality, just
Oh
just
my
a
God.
just a heartfelt guy.
Such a nice guy.
Such a nice guy.
And that's part of what, he's a good I don't know, emblematic person
Yes.
or a good representative
Yes.
of
Mhm.
what Shrimp Festival does. It really gathers in amazing people that really want to give back to the community and do awesome things. And there's countless people just like Bernard throughout the history of the Shrimp Festival. And that's what's nice to see, a lot of those people coming, and kind of this galvanized effort here now. And I hope we really keep it as this community based. So talking about things that we're doing, one of the traditional pieces is the Lions Club itself would do the shrimp boil. And that was the big one. We worked with Erickson and Jensen at the club, and we'd sell anywhere from 1,500 pounds of shrimp, 2,500 pounds of shrimp. So this year, we're not going to do the shrimp boil. We're not bringing that portion of it back, because what we did last year was the shrimp crawl. And we're still in this rebuild portion. We've got a lot of restaurants coming back, and they still need, help. So we don't want to take away from that with a boil. So we're going to do like we did last year, but hopefully expand to more restaurants. You go into any of the restaurants on the beach, buy their fresh shrimp menu items, right? So it brings people into their restaurants, but also those restaurants are buying the shrimp from.
So what do you
Erickson and
mean
Jensen.
when you say you're not having the shrimp boil? Does that mean you're not having it in Lynn Hall Park? Is that what you mean?
Right, that's right. So not going to have food at Lynn Hall Park.
Okay. What?
Yeah, no,
That
it's a
was
good question.
kind of-
That's traditionally where it's been.
Dear,
Yeah.
not everybody
They're
knows
not-
that.
well,
Sometimes
they're
I
just
like
not
to
having
dumb
it.
it down to
Oh,
people that are
wow.
like me.
Wow.
Not
You
everybody.
did.
Not
You
everybody
brought
is
it
as
down.
smart as you.
Well, here,
Jeez.
let's bring it up, you and me. We'll
Yeah.
make
All right.
erudite.
Elevate it a
So
little
will,
bit.
will there be anything at Lynn Hall Park? Because somebody did ask that this morning.
No, so that's a big portion of it. So Lynn Hall Park is not really hasn't been restored. There's no bathrooms. There's no
Right.
power over there.
Right.
It's really not set up for that. Great for parking. So there'll be more parking on the day of. But what we're going to do is on Old San Carlos Boulevard, between 1st and 3rd Street, which is Nervous Nellies and SOB,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
along that backside
I
there,
see.
we're going to close it off.
Nice.
The Pirate Festival was there before, the Taste of Fort Myers Beach. So it's kind of a good spot to do it. We'll have maybe 40 vendors.
How
Right,
come
so
you
we'll do
don't-
the
how come
vendor
you don't-
expo right
And
there.
plus, you have Bayside Park at the end
Yeah.
there,
And
so
Bayside
that'll
Park
be
is going to be a big part of it.
perfect.
Yep.
How come you're not wearing a Lions vest
Oh, the
like
vest, too.
like Bernard
Yeah,
used
the
to?
penny. You got to wear
And
the
where's the
penny.
pin? Don't
The
you
penny.
have badges and stars like
I
he
do.
did?
I've got a whole bunch of pins on there
Yeah.
too. Yeah, some even from my granddad. who was
Why
in
aren't you
Lions
wearing the
back in day.
penny?
Well, I wanted to wear this other,
Yeah.
club shirt, which is
I really like the penny.
the
Drew.
wonderful. I know you
If
do.
we have you back on the show, you have to have the
You
penny
have to
on.
bring the
I
penny back with
well,
you.
I might have been a little bit afraid. Each time you kind of want it, and I don't know. If I'm afraid I'm
I
not
do
going to
want
come
it.
home with
I
Rip
it.
do
it
want
off
that
and
penny.
take it.
The reason we have these hats is because I don't know how many shows I berated Bernard to bring us these friggin' hats that
He
we
came
needed.
through.
them.
He
Yeah,
came
he did. So you're gonna have the 5K run is on.
5K run is back. Yeah, Betty Rodriguez she's athletics director at Cypress Lake High. Awesome. She does a great deal. We'll do the 5K run is that morning of March 9th. I should probably say that March 9th and 10th.
And that
Is the
starts
festival.
at Docks,
Yeah, starts at
comes
Docks.
over the bridge. The
Comes-
bridge will be closed.
That's
yeah.
right. Comes over the bridge.
Nice
So
run.
9 in the morning, run across, slow runners get turned away. Sorry, run over the bridge quick. So then it winds around under 3rd Street, goes down the beach. Wonderful. It's a great run. But there's
It
also
is a great run, and I.
here we
remem-
go.
Yep,
Here
yep,
we
yep,
go.
yep,
Here
yep.
comes the
He's
shit.
run it
Here comes the
before.
shit. Yeah.
He ran it one year a while ago,
I'm
and
not a
I
runner.
swear to God, there was a lady pushing a stroller that finished ahead of him. Mr. I'm on fire. I'm going to do a 5-minute mile. He was sucking wind on that bridge.
There
Like
wasn't
a
really a baby in the
blowfish.
stroller, and she
It
was.
was,
It was
no.
an unfair advantage.
There
She was
wasn't
way
a baby.
balancing
There was
herself.
like
It was totally
50
empty.
weights in there, and she was, no,
well,
it wasn't
so the
good.
trick. Here's a trick for you. If you run the race in a crazy outfit, like wear a big shrimp. It doesn't matter if you're walking.
There
you
you
can sort of
go.
glad hand along the
Yeah.
way.
And there's
And it
also
looks
a
like it's
parade.
planned.
You're doing the parade.
Oh, the parade.
The parade is huge.
Yeah, so the parade, that was the big one that was going to be hard to do. But yeah, it's coming back. So the parade, and it'll start, that's the 10 o'clock. So right after the race comes the parade. And it'll be starting at the school and behind the library,
Nice.
right up over the bridge. I forgot to mention, though, with the race, though, there is one the week before, March 2nd, is the kids run. So on the beach.
Okay.
Oh,
So we'll
okay.
do that again, too.
Is
Betty
that
runs
like
all
a
that.
1 mile or is it a 5K?
It's a 1 mile, half
Okay.
mile up, half mile back.
Where
So
does
we'll
that
make sure
start
we
and
turn
end?
them around. So starts right by the school, Connecticut Street,
Okay.
Nice.
or over by right by the school.
How much money do you raise from the Shrimp Festival for the Lions Club, and what do you do with the money?
So in the past, we'll get back to schedule too. So we'll talk money. So in the past, we've netted, in the range of 50,000, give or take. Sorry, no, that's the gross all in. So netted somewhere around 35 usually. It's pretty expensive to put these
Yeah.
things on.
Yeah.
And then what does the Lions Club do with those funds?
So and with that, our main focus is.
Do I look dumb with the hat on?
No, wiggle it.
well, you
There
look
you go.
dumb with it on or
I like
off. I mean, you left it there for me.
No.
I just couldn't help it.
So there's all kinds of beach festivities, but it's the scholarships are a big part of it. And then we've got a lot of all the Lions sort of pillars. We've got education,
It's totally
and
serious
vision,
show.
diabetes,
Yeah.
things that we support. Galsano Hospital and children's.
Is anything
health.
for nasal infections? Anything go to nasal infections?
Oh my
Nothing?
God.
No,
Let's make
not
it
really.
about
No.
you.
No,
Have you ever had a nasal infection?
no,
It's
no.
a sinus
torture.
infection.
Sinus infection. Whatever it is.
Nasal.
Nasal, sinus. Isn't that the same thing?
Maybe.
I mean,
How
it's
many in your
close.
are you gonna have the shrimp eating contest?
So yeah, getting back to schedule. Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
got to keep me on track. I'm
You're welcome.
easily
Oh,
distracted.
got to keep you on track.
You talk
please.
super fast, by the way. You're on C4 or something.
Yeah.
You talk super
Good.
fast.
Caffeine,
Yeah,
mostly.
gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, schedule. So after so what do we got? We've got yes, all the good things. What else were we missing that people love,
the,
right?
The fish, yes.
Yeah. So we
Fish
can't have a
eating.
parade
Shrimp
without
eating.
princesses, right? Someone
Right.
told me that. Talking to
I don't know,
Tracy Gordon.
is that politically correct these days to do princesses like shrimp princesses or I
Yeah.
mean it's okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I
Shrimp-
just want to
yeah,
make sure I don't
I
want to
think
offend
so.
anybody because the last thing I want to do is offend
Oh
anybody.
yeah, that's the first
Yeah.
thing you want to do.
No, and it's great. So what's wonderful about that princess event too, in the past, the contestants really get a big say into
yeah.
what they want to have as the categories. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got 3.
Great,
It's a
yeah.
school of shrimp. It's a
By the
pod of
way,
shrimp?
I don't mean to sidetrack you because I know you won't get lost, but where can people buy these hats?
Well, I'm working on it, so they can buy it at the Lions tent at the expo.
Your things aren't moving like
There's
mine
probably
do.
other places to buy, but if you're going to buy it from the Lions,
Wiggle
it'll
it.
be
Wiggle
in
it.
the expo.
There you go.
Yeah, get it.
You can people go online and buy them now because you
They
could
are.
charge. You should charge $50 for one of these hats because it's for a good cause.
It is. It's
Yeah.
for a good cause. Well, yeah, we might. Maybe we'll go a little bit less.
And you
Maybe
know,
we'll
you're,
go-
you're giving
we'll
me
see
the
what we
same
can
shit
do.
Bernard gave me about
That's
the
it.
hats. Sell the freaking hats. People want the hats.
Yeah, we'll have a festival T-shirt,
Yeah.
Yep.
and we'll have a festival like hat. like,
I'm guessing
cap.
people out there have like 20 years, 30 years of T-shirts.
It is
Yeah.
amazing.
I
It is
remember
amazing.
last year you guys were selling like previous year's T-shirts because they were obviously the collector's items.
Right.
Well, and we ran out quickly the last time
Yeah.
we did it, even with the tornado. Like, it's amazing what we've gone through.
Thank
with
you,
this.
Shelby.
No
Shelby
kidding.
is watching and she posted the website. If people want to go on the website,
Yes.
Shelby's been around for a while helping out with the Lions. She's awesome.
She's a backbone.
Yeah.
She's got a real long history to it too. She's the reason the website happens.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how we do it without her.
Yeah.
She's
If
amazing.
people want to enter a float into the shrimp festival, what do they need to do?
So there's a parade. Go to that website. Yeah. So Fort Myers Beach Shrimpfestival.com. There's a link right on there to participate. If you want to join the parade, there's a link there. Join in, sign up. And there's if you want to participate as just donation page.
Who's
if you
the
wanna
grand
go and-
poobah of the parade this year?
Oh, that's a top secret. We don't have that.
Do you
yet.
have somebody? You pick
There'll
somebody
be a
out?
grand marshal,
Yeah.
for sure. There's usually a panel, and even some days, usually in the past we've done, there's been the grand marshal and then chosen marshals ahead of time,
I see.
and then there'll be someone we pick from the crowd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do people have to apply for that position or you just pick them?
How do I get on the panel? Because
I
really,
know.
I should be voting for who the grand marshal is. I mean, come
Wait,
on.
You're going to be on the microphone there, right? They're
I
gonna
think
be right
I
next to
think
you.
Yeah,
we
we
would,
did-
we
we
should
always had fun
yeah
with that.
we've done the parades from the Sea Gypsy.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think the last few years. I think we well
There's going to be a stage there, and so talking to
At the
Jackie,
Sea Gypsy.
she thinks
Scott has
it's gonna be
already
there,
asked us if we want to do
Yeah.
it there. So
right?
and so that is again the date of the Shrimp Festival is when
March 9th and
March 9th
10th.
and 10th. Everybody,
So with,
the Shrimp Festival is back, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing to watch out
Yeah.
for. I'm not stopping. So there's also the page. You can go to the
Yes,
Facebook
Shelby,
page.
yes.
Shrimp Fest FMB. If you're not into if you're into the whole brevity
It's so
thing.
Yeah.
the whole thing is crazy. Like I remember sending you an email back in December saying, "Hey, you guys going to do it?" And you were like, "No, the structure, the
It's been a roller
infrastructure
coaster.
isn't there." And then I don't know, somebody posted something, and so it was last weekend. Kelly from the Community Foundation said, "Hey, did you see
Yeah.
that the Shrimp Festival is back?" I was like, "No, they're not back. They told me they weren't back."
It's
Why
been
did
fast.
you freaking tell me?
Well, we just started. We had to get some things together. We
You're
had to
not
make it last
exactly the
Thursday. It
first
was
I
last
know what's
Thursday.
wrong with you. I thought I was
Oh.
first on the list of everybody. Is there any way we can help? If there's any way we can help other than broadcasting the parade and being out there and getting
Yeah,
the word
this-
out to raise money, because the cause is great.
Yeah,
Yep.
get the word out. So there's gonna be a passport this year. So and this is where you go to the Lions tent, pick up a passport, and they'll have stamps for all the places that are going around. If you get enough stamps, we'll see what it's gonna be, maybe 6 or so. You can only eat so much shrimp in a day, right?
Right.
Is that
Right.
true?
Yep.
Then you'll come back. You'll get in for a prize raffle. We're gonna do auctions. This is where Our friends at Tuna Skin are really going to help us lead up. There's a lot of marketing. If you can get the word out, I know it's short notice, but really let people know March 9th and 10th, it's going to be huge. There'll be things that week too. As we get closer, we're just going to keep adding everything in the weekend. Yeah, eating championships. So if you want to put someone up for that, we've got our past champion that's going to help us out this year too.
Sweet.
Shrimp. So that's the shrimp champion. So you get a sponsor, get on there, eat some shrimp. We'll get 10 folks, and it's great. If you can
All right.
pound down 3
Paul-
beach whales helping us there.
Cool. Well, they help out with everything.
So the other thing is pageant. You want to be a pageant contestant?
So here's the other thing. Thank you, Paula. Paula
You
just
got a lot in there in that amount of time.
it went over my head. He was talking so fast. But Paula said
It's
that
on the recording.
there obviously volunteers are needed. So go on the website and figure out how you can volunteer.
Sign up link right
Tons
there.
of volunteers are needed. If I remember back there, you guys needed volunteers to help sell shirts. You needed volunteers for a lot of things. But also the Lions Club needs members. And if you can sign up as a member, how much is a membership to the Lions Club?
Membership? Well, it's mostly the time part, but from like a membership fee for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
a
a lot.
good question.
Yeah, it's not a lot. 100
It's
or
not
150 dollars. I forget.
So if you can
Okay.
become a Lion, then you get in the system where you can help out with the Shrimp Festival. Because having the Shrimp Festival back on Fort Myers Beach is just another tick of, okay, Fort Myers Beach has
It's really
returned
Yep. Yep.
to the way it was.
and better than it was, right?
Yeah.
More
Yep.
included,
And
more
to see those
connections.
people lined up for the parade and see those people running the 5K, that 5K will generate 1,000 runners. I mean, that is a run that
It's big.
people want to run.
Yeah.
They want to
And-
run over the bridge. Go ahead.
And if you haven't been to the Shrimp Festival before, come early.
Yes.
If you're coming for the parade,
Yes.
The
come
bridge closes
early
at
because the streets, Estero Boulevard is lined up. It's
Yes.
like Macy's Day
It
Parade.
is.
People get there early. They put their seats down. We
Yep.
don't want
Right.
any fighting in the the
No,
streets.
remember the
so-
fight that we saw the last time? It was crazy, that brawl that they had out there over beach
remember the
chairs. It was just crazy.
Oh,
you know.
beach chairs? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't remember that.
There's
I
going to be
just
plenty
made
of
that
room.
up.
I
I
mean,
made it
the
up.
sidewalks are looking really good.
Yes.
Yep.
The town's been really, making an effort there.
Yeah.
It's well appreciated. There'll be plenty of room. Find some parking. Come early. Come stay overnight. Hang out
So
for the
I
weekend.
have
no
a
kidding.
special request of you. Please find out how I can help sell these hats.
Okay.
I'll do
Because
that.
if we can sell the hats, they're for $50 each. People will buy them because they know they're going for a good cause. When people know things are being donated, money's being donated for a great cause, with all that you guys do with the money from the Lions Club, we need to up the game.
Yep.
And people all across the country will buy the hats. We ship them the hats. They'll take pictures of the hats in their snow wherever they are right now. And just whatever we can do to get more of these hats.
Yeah.
So, Drew, thank you so much
I
for
will.
coming on.
Thank you for
The
coming
Lions
on.
Club
Yeah,
Shrimp
thanks.
Putting that
Festival
all
is
in
back,
there. Good to
everybody.
see you again.
Yes. All right. Thanks. You guys
Thank
always
you,
been
Drew.
awesome. Yeah.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate your help with this.
Good luck, man. Keep
Hats.
us in the loop. All right, dear. So
So-
before we get to Scott, we are going to have Scott on to talk about his run for the town council. It's not really a run, but my wife is going to read ads. She hasn't read ads in about a year.
No.
You got
How
two
many?
ads to run.
All right. I got to read the whole thing?
Nope, you can ad lib
Oh,
it.
all right. So Valerie's Lounge over on the other side on over the bridge. They have a comedy showcase once a month. They have guest hosts. They have drag queen bingo. Yeah, I know. Have you ever been to a drag queen bingo? Yes. I went one time at, I think it was Parrot Key, but it's a little spicy. So make sure that you're not easily offended because it's very entertaining and sometimes you win bingo, but it's a whole lot of fun. So maybe check them out. He tells me at the last minute they have a paint and sip. So that's where you go and you try to paint a picture that someone guides you through it while you're drinking, which, can come out. I did one time and it had these flowers that kind of look like this that are in the water. And the guy that was teaching it said, I'm not allowed to help anybody until he went by my canvas. And he said, oh my God, those look like fingers. They don't look at all like petals. So he redid it. It's still hanging prominently in our bathroom where the toilet is. So Valerie's Lounge is now non-smoking. And they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 2 a.m. So you should be able to find a time to go there. 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. They have drink specials daily. So please check them out. Oh, they have Ed's favorite thing, karaoke, not karaoke. And they have the Flying Hasselhoffs. So, I mean, it sounds like a whole circus going on over there at Valerie's Lounge. The other sponsor, Sylvester Companies, licensed and bonded. And I believe it's Paul. Is he on today? Because they're great. You see their signs all over the place. They're down here. They're working to rebuild the island. They're licensed, insured out of Southwest Florida and Central Michigan with full-time crews. And they're registered and they're working on large-scale projects all over Southwest Florida. So please give them a call. They specialize in new construction, restoration, major remodeling, flood plan, 50/50 FEMA, pool cages and lanais, as well as property management and risk management. They're in their car waiting for your call at 989-239-5538. And that's Sylvester Companies.
Nice job, dear. Very nice. Can we get a big hand for my wife reading ads?
Yeah. And now I'm
Yeah.
going to let you start the interview while I
Excellent.
go take
Number
a break.
3. All right,
Number 3.
everybody. Scott Stafford is on the LPA. We're going to talk a little local politics now, which is my favorite. Not that the other guests weren't great, but I love politics. And Scott is trying to fill the seat that was left vacant by Bill Veach, who resigned after not wanting to fill out the Form 6, which is a financial form. So, Scott, first question is tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Oh,
Go Pack Go.
How dare you? Playing to the crowd. He's playing to the crowd.
I love supper clubs.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
Everybody from Wisconsin knows what I just said. My wife and I, Jackie, have lived on the island full time for the last 12 years. We owned a small boutique hotel called the Sea Gypsy Inn. We have a vacation rental company called Sea Gypsy Vacation Rentals. And, like everyone else, we went through the storm, both as a business owner and as a resident. So I know a lot of the challenges and things that we faced and are going to face in the future. So,
And you've been on committees. Tell
Yes.
the folks the committees you've been on so far.
I'm a founding board member of Let's Go FMB, and I've been on the LPA for 8 years now, and I'm a member of Leadership Lee. So
What is Leadership Lee?
it's a local group founded by the Southwest Florida Chamber, where they take a couple people from every little place in Lee County, and you learn about Lee County. You get connections and learn about how Lee County operates, and it's been beneficial for me because I've found out what our island's place is in Lee County, and then we're going to actually going to Tallahassee tomorrow to check out stuff going on up there.
Yeah. So why do you want to be on the town council for the next 8 months?
Well, I think we're in a very critical phase of our rebuild right now. Everything's about wants and needs, and I think we've gotten the need aspect down, but now I think we're in that phase where what's our wants, what's our goals, what's our vision, and I think these next 10 months with a comprehensive plan coming up, some changes to the LDC, I think my experience will benefit the town.
Now, what is your vision?
I think, the comp plan needs to be revised a little bit. I really like the node aspect of it. As we've seen from the traffic the last couple of weeks, everything is down here right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the goods and services need to be spread out over the island.
Okay. So let's talk about what we saw last week from the London Bay folks.
Okay.
The Outrigger property is huge. Other than Times Square and Santini, everybody wants to know what's going to happen to the Outrigger. My favorite place on the South End. I love to go there and hang out at the Tiki Bar. And it was a 2 or 3 story hotel before now. London
Right.
Bay is proposing 2 buildings. One is 10-ish, one is 17-ish. And that doesn't fit into the comp plan right now, unless
Well,
you say it does and I missed something.
I'd say this, but part of the comp plan is they can come and get a CPD amendment like
Right.
anything else. That's what it's designed for. Now, I'm not going to say hard yes, hard no. I think we've seen on our island the last couple of years where people have run under no, and then they vote yes, yes, yes. So, you got to look at the public benefit of what it's going to be, and everyone's public benefit's a little bit different. I mean, mine might vary from Dan's, it might vary from Karen's, but I think we need to come to a consensus of what that public benefit is. Is it bathrooms? Is it bars? Is it restrooms?
Okay, so I'm
What is it?
showing the people on Facebook and YouTube right now the building that London Bay proposed, and you say you're not a hard yes or a hard no. Why not? Why can't you say a hard yes or a hard no on that? It's
Well-
it's a big.
Well, I
it's-
don't think the
So-
whole
so number
final
one- number
proposal's
one,
gone through.
You know, number one, Ed, I'm going to be voting on this,
Right.
So whether I'm on the LPA or the town council. So they just started this process. So let them work the process out. Let them have some public meetings. I mean, if you looked at what this was supposed to be in the beginning, everybody was no, 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 no. It was a grand resort. It was big. So they pared it down a little bit. You know, the first thing you see is the height. So now
Right.
what's the public benefit? And does the height fit that area? I think those are discussions that we're all going to have, but let's go through the process first. Let's see what the public says with their meetings.
So-
Let's see what the LPA says.
So
And
you've seen the list of public benefits. Everybody has seen it. Is there enough public benefit for you to vote yes or no on that big building?
you want to pin me down, don't you?
He's gonna try. You just gotta
Well,
keep
see,
dancing.
you can't. The other thing too is if you know, I was one of the only people still left that went through the CPD process in Margaritaville. I was on the LPA at the time, and it's complicated. It took a couple days just to get through the LPA, and there's conditions. There's so many things that you know we're going to see that we didn't even know about. I mean, I don't know what exactly their final density is going to be. I don't know what their FAR is. I'm sure it's under, but you know, if we just get height sickness, I don't think that's the
What
solu-
about
the solution.
what about when people say there's so many other buildings down there that are
That's a valid point.
similar height?
Yeah, I
So
don't think
is
you'd
that
want
an
to. I
area-
don't think you'd want to see this right by Bill Veach's house. I mean, we saw what happened when the church wanted to build an 8-story building right there.
But-
so I think there's a place.
But that building, as it is now, does not fit into the comp plan and the LDC that you all have said that you're not going to veer from.
I never said that.
Well, if they go
You were
through
all
the
you-
CPD
I-
process,
Different story.
I
Different story.
think you need to watch that meeting again. I mean,
Did you vote no?
because
That,
then they can
I didn't
ask
vote.
for whatever
Oh.
they want,
I didn't
and
vote.
then they
I
have
mean,
to
we-
decide.
all right.
the council voted.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
I've got my opinion. Like I said, this comprehensive plan is crucial, and I really like the node or the different villages. I mean, you see any big, look at the villages. They have little tiny villages, so everybody doesn't go to one place. I mean, the cruise ships all have little neighborhoods. I mean, you try to get
Right,
traffic.
but
and
the
people
comp
moving.
plan and the LDC are not broken up that way right now. It is what it is.
Right.
You're allowed 3 or 4 stories right now, unless you go through the CPD.
and
and
that's
you,
what they're doing.
right. But you're almost making it sound like there are nodes set up, and they're not set up that way. You can't say that building is allowable right now.
No, it's
Something-
not allowable. They have to
okay.
go through a
Right.
CPD process.
Right.
Absolutely.
Do you think it's going to come down a bit from where it is?
Probably.
Okay. You think he'll live with that? Have you heard from them that they can live with that?
You got to. Those guys are really smart guys, and they could turn that place into just condos.
They can.
They don't have to do a
That's
hotel.
right.
They don't have to have beach access.
That's right.
They don't have to have
And make money.
rooftop bar. Sure. I mean, they're business people.
Right. So I think you're right.
So
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
wait
we-
a
so
minute.
we have
So
to have
they
a
could.
discussion.
Their other option is they could turn it all into condos from top to bottom.
Yes.
They'd still have to get a height variant. They'd
right.
still
yeah.
have
They
to
still
go
have
through
to go
that
to the
process.
CPD process, but
But
if,
they wouldn't have
if
to.
they come
Agree.
down and just build really expensive condos, they're not
Like-
going to. There's going to be no public.
Like the
benefit.
one right next to them, Gulf Shore 12,
Yeah.
or is that the name? I don't want to screw up the name, but they're selling them for $4 million.
Yeah.
I mean, they're killing it right next door,
Well, these
right there. And
guys
they're not
ju-
even that high.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are building a place over by the Hyatt. Lower units start at $5 million. I think the penthouses are going for 30.
What I like about London
So-
Bay, and I have no opinion on this, people. I'm not voting for 17 stories or 4 stories, and it doesn't matter what I say. I have no vote. That London Bay Mark does seem like he wants to integrate with the community. He
Yeah.
wants to bring the outrigger back. He wants to try and figure out a way, even though it's not easy, to put an outrigger type bar on that beach because of the rules.
Right.
He's saying he might even be able to want to move the equipment in and out every day so that the locals can hang out at the outrigger bar, which is, I
That's
don't
cool.
know that every developer would do that. There is
No, I don't
some
either.
public benefit to what they're trying to do.
Again,
But
the tricky thing about public benefit is it's so subjective, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
My public benefit might be
Right.
bathrooms or mixed use commercial. Other people, it's just a bar right?
Or
and a
beach access.
and that
Yeah,
could
with
be there.
parking.
And
Yep.
other people, it's a view corridor. It's subjective, but I think in the next 10 months, especially with these big projects coming down, I think the town council and the town needs to define what those public benefits are and what they'll be going forward.
And what do you say to people, because we do hear this, that are just against development, like no matter what? I mean,
So here's what's going to happen if you're against development, no matter what. You're going to have a bunch of empty lots. You're not going to have the goods and services. I mean, part of the traffic problem right now, I mean, we can get into it, about my opinion, but one piece of that traffic problem is that everyone on the island is making more touches going over that bridge to get goods and services. I know in my family alone, we're all going over the bridge just about every day.
Yep.
And that wasn't the case before Ian.
Right.
So that's part of the equation. That's a midterm solution is let's get goods and services back on the island, and long term, let's spread out, the density, and let's spread out the amenities all over the island. I think that's a long-term solution.
The Santini Plaza nightmare. I mean, just if they could get Santini Plaza open, it would just it would like pop part of the balloon down on that end where people could kind of hang out down there, and the workers wouldn't have to come to this end of the island to eat, to try and get off the island early, causing the traffic. But anyway, so
I thought you weren't going to bring up traffic again.
I tried not to, but I can't. So the second question is a yes or no on Moss Marina as it is now.
Same thing. Any one of these projects, they need to go through the process, and we need to look at what the public benefit is. Sorry.
Okay. So are you going to rebuild the Sea Gypsy?
Our plan is to eventually build the Sea Gypsy. Right now, we've partnered with the goods, and the goods is on our lot. It's working out. In order for us to build back the Gypsy, I think that the developmental deviations need to pass. And it's going to be a couple year process. I mean, it's going to be 6 months to a year before we even get a DEP permit. So that's 2-3 years down the road.
Let
me ask a serious question. So,
because all my questions were less than serious, is the way she just made that sound.
This is tongue in cheek. So would you be in favor of the town if they could create some sort of ordinance that didn't allow people with megaphones on Times Square?
Do that, dear. You cannot do that.
That's a First Amendment
issue. You cannot do that. Where the hell did that question come from?
Come and talk.
That's not even on the list of questions I gave her to ask.
You can say your opinion, but it doesn't. Do you
Dear,
have
are
to
you crazy?
You
can't. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
That's a First Amendment issue, and
you're allowed to have so the issue isn't free speech. The issue is having a microphone.
No, the issue is a sound ordinance.
It's a sound ordinance.
That's the only thing you can do.
What about if the decibel is above?
Yes, that's.
I think the best thing.
Dear,
to
can
do
we
is
please
just ignore
stick to
the
this
guy.
serious
I think
questions?
you're getting a rise out of everybody.
People cannot.
Yeah.
People cannot. They just
I have
can't
to admit,
look away.
When he came back, it was like, oh, now you know the beach is back.
Yeah, now you know the beach is
preacher is back. So.
Illegal lots are now $20 today.
I know.
So
what do you make of the people driving on the beach and getting
That's ridiculous.
It's the craziest thing. Sometimes on our page, people will be like, well, what's the problem? I mean, there's nothing going on down there. Why don't you just let them on there?
It's ridiculous. I mean, when we put on sand sculpting years ago, I mean, every vehicle we had to register way ahead of time.
Yeah.
I mean, the beach is sensitive. I mean,
yes.
You keep the damn cars off the beach.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the Sea Gypsy, how big is your piece of property over there?
It's just a little under 5,000 square feet.
So it's not
tiny.
Wow.
Yeah. And so how many units did you have before?
We had 4 in a gift shop.
And so how can you make that work in that small piece of property?
You can't. We have to go up.
How high?
Shoot, I'd like to go up 3 stories if I could.
Is it okay to go 3 stories in that spot?
Some variances, yeah.
Yeah.
And so can you start at the bottom, or you got to start up?
We got to start 20. That's a VE zone now, or considered a VE zone. So we're at the highest.
You're the highest requirement.
So, like I said, right now, that's not our main focus. My family's main focus is to get back into our house.
Yeah. You got the double whammy with the house and the business.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's okay. I mean, we've got our permit. We're going to be lifting very soon. So we should be back.
Your house?
Yes.
Not weights. Your house.
lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
I
is
don't lift weights.
what is the me either? What is the purpose of Let's Go FMB?
So Let's Go FMB. We felt 6 to 8 months ago that the town council and the town just weren't hyper focused on issues that the residents needed. So we want to be a unified voice that we could tell the town council and work together with them to, hey, these are the issues that we really need to focus on. And I think we've seen that. Our first meeting, we did a survey and we found out that the pier was, believe it or not, one of the number one things. So, you know, Alan and Alex King did a fantastic job of running with that and seeing how far we could take that ball.
Mhm.
The next ball was getting small businesses back.
Mhm.
And we started out with the pink zone and now we're seeing that.
Well, the pink
It's-
zone didn't really go anywhere.
Well, it couldn't legally.
Yeah.
So we, you know, with the help of the town attorney, we figured out there could be a developmental deviation.
How is it not
What-
like a shadow government? Like you guys didn't feel like the town council was moving fast enough.
It's not a shadow government. It's not. There's special interests. We're trying to get the town focused. And if you look at it, Ed,
So you don't think the town is focused?
6 to 8 months ago, they were not. There was too much noise. I think they're getting more focused, and we're seeing as a group less issues. I mean, we're having a meeting. We try to have a meeting every month, focused on issues that concern people. And next week, Thursday at Diamond Head, we're going to be talking about traffic,
Mhm.
which is a hot button right now.
Yeah.
Do you think so? Are you
So-
hearing from people that they're getting their permits quicker and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff is going well?
It's never as quick as anybody wants, but I think if you fill
Well-
them out correctly and
There's a lot of work being done. Yeah.
I told everybody from the get-go that if you have questions, you need to go down to town hall. People, for whatever reason, history, who knows, were afraid to go down there. I think if you do a pre-planning meeting, you find out what you need to fill out. You
Yeah.
get a,
Much more friendly now.
Mhm.
it's much more friendly, and I think they're, you know, they knew it was a problem, so they're
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah. So the pier.
Yeah,
the pier.
that's
The
what I was
pier is
gonna
an
ask about.
interesting dilemma because the county seems to be moving forward with a pier that's going to be kind of built back the way it was, maybe more resilient, maybe higher, maybe wider.
Well, it will be more resilient.
Yeah, based on the fact that whatever FEMA can give them, they're going to take. But I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, people on your committee would like to see a bigger, wider pier because
I think everybody would like to see a bigger water.
I don't
A longer
don't agree
pier?
with that.
but
But
longer, but you know,
but who's
we're-
going to pay for it is my question.
well, that's the
Well, how
big
can-
question.
but
If we
this-
put it back the way it is,
Yeah.
FEMA's paying for it.
Right.
Right.
If not, then the county's got. It's not a town issue. It's
But
a
but the
county
people on your committee, the people in your group want a bigger pier. They want this grand, gigantic pier, whatever it is, but they don't have a resolution to pay for it. So why should the rest of Lee County pay for the pier? You have no resolution to pay for it. Why should you tax me in Gateway for a pier? That's my question. I
issue.
mean,
Why can't we come up with TDC funds?
I don't know. Well, that's a different story.
Mhm.
Have they?
I don't know. I can't answer that
Yeah.
question.
So, I mean, I'm not saying-
let's you know, we're always trying to solve same problems with the same solutions, and a lot of times there's a different solution out there. Then we need to find it and talk about it and
Yeah.
figure it out.
But so is there a path to more revenue somehow? Is there grant money that somebody's
Sure.
pursuing, or is it because
I but I think there's grant money. I think there's, you know, we can talk to the county and look at how we can allocate funds.
Yeah. well,
Impact
Let's think
fees.
outside the box. Why
I
don't we
was
just-
listening to Brian Hammond talk about there's like, I don't know, 144, I don't know what, 444 traffic lights that still haven't been fixed in Lee County. And they have to beg for money from the state for the traffic lights. I mean, that's really a
Right.
priority.
We can ask the state too. Why do we
Yeah.
just have to ask the federal government? I mean,
Yeah.
that's, you know, it quite honestly, with our research, it was literally the smallest pier.
But so is there something wrong with that?
Not necessarily, but
I mean, I like
think-
the pier
I
the
think
way it was. So
Well-
make it taller, make it wider,
That-
and take FEMA's friggin' money. They
many
haven't done
times
anything
were
else
you
for
out?
us.
But
How
Ed,
many
that
times
that
were you
that,
out on
that
that
pier
pier?
that pier creates so much business. I mean, people come down, check it out. Right now, they fold their arms, go, "What
Yeah.
do I do?" They jump back in their car. But if you
Wait, what do you mean they jump back in their car? Nobody's
a
leaving
cou-
this beach because the
a couple,
pier's not
a
there.
couple months ago they were, but
Yeah.
you know, once the weather, I mean, people used to use that pier all the time.
No,
I think it's a
I'm
great
not
public
questioning
benefit.
that. I always worry, like, my always question is people want bigger and better things, but they don't have a way to pay for it. come up with a way to pay for it if you want this Grand Master thing. That's my thing. I mean,
Okay.
the pier was nice the way it was. You know it's going to be bigger. You know it's going to be taller because it's got to be more resilient. It can't go
It's
back
gotta
to
be
the
more
way it
resilient.
was. So
Right.
it's
That's how
going
the
to be
island
bigger.
is too. Everything's going to be
Yeah.
bigger, taller.
And by the way, if you make it this gigantic Grand Master Plan pier where there's going to be even more people coming, then people are just going to bitch about the traffic more than they do now. The road's not getting wider. It's still the same road.
That'll be the
It's
next
a catch
thing. to
22.
fix.
Okay,
I mean,
so-
that's one of the talks about density is if you increase density astronomically, can we handle it? I mean,
So-
but you know, it's a problem it's been around. I remember seeing an article written in 1935 where they're paying 50 cents and it was an hour wait
Yeah.
to get over the bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
The thing that cracks
It's
me
just
up.
like so the traffic. You got to remember this island's like a football game, especially in season. Everybody
Yes.
comes. Some people you get here early. Some people, get
Mm-hmm.
here right on time. But they're all leaving at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna have traffic.
Today's going to be a nightmare because of this sun. When the sun comes out, I mean, 2 weeks ago when it was rainy and cold, you could drive
Could
a truck
whiz
through
right
the
down
island.
here.
So
Right,
right
so-
now,
so
this is
let's-
what they live for.
So let's talk about traffic since we're on the subject. I think there's three solutions. There's the short term, next 65 days until Easter. I think we need better signage. I think
100%.
Karen's right on point that the flashing light with guys that know how to direct traffic and feel the traffic moving. But if you got off a Uber and from Buffalo and were dumped right at that corner, you would have no idea that you could use these.
Yes,
Mhm.
right.
So there just aren't signs. Secondly, there aren't signs over here to direct people how to get off the island. There's a number of people that aren't smart enough and they make a right-hand turn. I shouldn't even say smart enough. They don't know because there's no
Right,
signs.
Right.
And the other thing too is if you go to Gasparilla in Tampa, if you go to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, if you go to Vegas, they don't want people crossing the street. So what do? They put up barricades. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking 20-foot high barricades with barbed wire fences.
It's
I'm
the
talking
simplest answer.
Electric fences.
yeah, sure.
No, I agree
We can't
100%.
put a-
You
no,
put
I'm
up
not- I'm not-
barriers. You got to herd the
But I don't
cats.
wanna
You got to
trample on
herd the
your
cats.
rights.
You got to herd the cattle, right?
You gotta.
So these are short-term, 63 days solutions. Midterm, we need more goods and services. So guys like
Yeah.
me aren't going over the bridge
Yes.
multiple times a day. Long term, I think we need to come up with a vision and a plan to, get more goods and services spread out throughout the
Yeah, I
island.
agree 100%. I've been saying that from the beginning. The Las Vegas model of herding
Mhm.
people,
I
don't
will
let
say
them
you've
cross
been
the
saying
street.
that.
Don't let them cross the street. If they don't want to walk, it's on them. As long as it's handicap accessible and people can get up and down, up and down. Sometimes you got to go up and down 5 times in Las Vegas if you want to get to where you're going to go. But so what? You get your steps in and you're not
And you're
causing
stopping at
traffic to
places
stop.
Look,
along the way.
I understand that some people don't
Thank
want to
you.
do the stairs and that, but then if you're going to choose that alternative, just wait for everybody and do it every couple minutes, not
Right.
press a button, the next guy behind you presses the button. I mean, I think people are going to say, well, there's still traffic, even though we tried something with the light. I think we
Yeah.
need to do more than just the light.
I
think-
agree.
What
So-
about this light down
Oh,
there? Because
dude.
that's going to be a problem
Next-
because
That's going to be coming on,
Folks, next week on
So-
the 1st of February,
right?
FDOT is going to have a representative at the Let's Go FMB meeting,
Right.
and he's going to show you a picture of the base of the bridge that looks like a circus. It's a crosswalk hell. They're going to create more crosswalks at the base of the bridge. Scott, it's lunacy. It's total lunacy that they're going to put more crosswalks there.
Yeah.
They're working with Margaritaville for the shrubbery and all that, and I get it, but they don't listen. They're
No,
not
they
going
don't.
to change their plan because they're experts. Have they ever been to Fort Myers Beach? Did they see the willy-nilly crossing of the street that goes on there? I'm part of it.
I had a hotel right next to a block away from Yotaco. I saw it every day. There's a parking lot. It's insanity.
People cannot be crossing the street there.
Yeah, what's crazy is I forgot who said this. A council member did a whole traffic study, and you had algorithms and derivatives and all that. And
It had to be Veach.
I don't think it was Bill, but he came up with it's crazy thing. If you average 2 miles an hour from, let's say, Sable Drive or Publix,
Mhm.
it's going to take you an hour. If you
Yeah.
can just increase that to 4 miles an hour, you're going to get through traffic twice as fast, and you're going to get down here in 30
Yeah.
minutes instead of an hour, which is boggles the mind. It's easy math, but we've got to come up with solutions.
And if you hop on your bike, you'll be there
Yeah.
even quicker.
but if you're pressing a button every 10 seconds and only 3 cars get through, I think that's an issue.
Yeah, you got
But it's not
the
the only issue. Let's
the
be
pedestrians
honest.
can't be crossing the street. That's that anyway.
Yeah. Anyways,
So you'll be
that's-
able to see the FDOT presentation on February 1st. If you're not in town, we'll be broadcasting it live. And I hope you guys, I mean, respond and react to. They don't seem like they're backing down on that. They think that that's going to
well,
be
I think everybody needs to come to that meeting, or at least watch it, and
Get involved.
and get involved.
Yeah.
I mean that's the reason we did Let's Go FMB. If there's a hot topic or a hot button for you, come please join us. We set out at the start not to be the guys with pitchforks and setting bonfires. We want to get everybody focused and on the same page for the benefit of everybody, business and
So
residents.
if you, let's say you get appointed to the town council,
Mhm.
who do you want to see in your seat on the LPA?
there's a lot of people I want to see, but they need to.
Top 3. Who are your top 3?
I don't have a top 3. I'm
Oh,
not.
come on, man. Nobody's watching this show. Pick one person for crying out loud.
You?
Come on.
He
I don't
can't
live
be
on the
out
island.
there.
Mom.
That's mom. He'd be great. Yeah.
And well, who are your sponsors?
Oh, stop. Dude, you never answer the hard questions. You always skirt the hard questions. Total politician right here.
Wow.
Total politician. So, okay. So, I forgot the other question. Oh, I know. Town manager Andy Hyatt, give him a grade, A to F. A being the best, F being the worst.
Well, I think I saw that question last week about everybody, and first question I have back is it the 1970s Catholic school grading system or today's grading system?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because I went to Catholic school in the 70s, so
An A is the best. A plus is the best grade.
there's no such thing as an A+, Ed.
Nope.
No, I would give everybody an A, but
Andy's first. We're gonna go down the list. Andy's first.
I'm going to give everybody an A. But let me finish.
Okay.
Our playbook is not an A. So overall grade for everybody is about a B. Because our playbook, you can have Troy Aikman, you can
Mhm.
have
There is no playbook.
the playbook is our comp plan and LDC and the structure.
I see.
So let's talk about the structure. One quick thing. I mean, we're seeing all these people go through hoops and money and time to get a variance for a 2-foot setback here, a fence here. You got to pay $1,800 and go through a
Yeah.
LPA hearing and 2 other
Yeah.
hearings.
There are some
Why
things that
don't
can
we
be
change
changed. Yeah.
the structure,
The basic
or
stuff.
process
The basic
Mhm.
to
stuff.
where the LPA
Yeah.
has more
Streamline that a
power
bit.
and streamline it?
Yeah. I have to admit,
you got to
I agree.
look too at the parking. Why is the town in the parking business?
Yeah.
Why are we dictating how many parking spots a place has?
right.
I mean, some
Right.
stuff needs to be changed.
Good point.
In order for me to give the entire team an A, the playbook's got to change.
Yeah.
We're never going to win the Super Bowl.
I have to admit, when I watch an LPA meeting and I have to watch somebody go back and forth for an hour or an hour and a half about a fence,
Yeah.
it's like, are these politicians actually spending the time that staff should probably just write it off with a check mark and say, okay, she's putting her fence back to the way it was, and the LPA is wasting 2 hours of their time on a freaking fence that was there almost exactly the way it was.
Yeah, I think that not only going. I mean, I think there should be more administrative variances.
Yes.
But that's
Especially now.
that's tricky because you could give away the farm and not even know about it, right? But I think the process, it should be less money. If you're moving something and it requires 3 variances, it should be 1 because it's pretty much the same variance, right? And then if the LPA approves it unanimously, then it shouldn't go to council.
Okay.
Because
Just straight
Waste of
through.
time.
because the council right now is
Bigger
the
items.
The LPA,
Mhm.
the LPA meeting plus really important town stuff.
Yeah.
And not that the variances are important, but big CPDs and all that, they should go through the process.
For years and years, I thought that there's too much time spent at the LPA level with basic shit that seems like staff can handle.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes it seems like the council and the LPA don't trust the staff because they vote in the opposite direction.
But the staff is following the playbook.
True.
That's why
They
you're
are.
giving.
Mhm.
So if
So the
if-
staff
if-
is
if
following
that-
the
so
playbook,
let-
and you guys are not. You guys are bypassing the staff and giving them the okay.
Well, they're listening to
So
the
change
information
the
and
playbook.
So
making
let
it.
me give you an example.
That's what he
let's
said,
let's
though.
talk about the parking. There is no way. one of the first hearings I had was probably 6, 7, 8 years ago when the Surf Club wanted to put an addition, and Ron Yankee came and said, "Hey, I want to put this addition," and the sticking point was the parking, and we're sitting there saying, "Well, how much is a boat worth? How much is a bike
Silly.
worth?" It's silly.
Yeah.
Down there, it should be. I've never driven to the Surf Club. I'd park somewhere else and walk down there. And if we want to make this a walkable, bikeable,
Yes.
at the worst case golf cart community, you can't tell these guys that they have to have parking. The private sector, the banks are going to tell them how much parking they have.
My opinion doesn't mean shit, but what I'm going to say is it almost seems like the elected officials don't have enough trust in the staff. The way Lee County Lee County Board of Commissioners doesn't go through this kind of stuff.
No, they don't.
The staff takes care of stuff, and it's like bing, bing, bing at Lee County. And you guys go through the minutia of things. Like, why even have a staff if the town council and the LPA are going to talk about somebody's
You're going to start
fence?
bringing up committees now too?
That's what I don't get. Why?
Because the playbook needs to change.
Okay. Well, okay. So, and now we finally have a town manager that everybody seems to trust.
So yeah. To go back to your first question, I'd give incomplete because he just started, but so what I've seen so far is an A. He's got a totally different management style. I mean, he insulates himself with smart people.
Yes. He's
so
really good like that.
That's what he does too.
But that's his management style, right? So
Yeah.
I think he's doing a great job. I mean, they're putting on the Bayside concert series on Sundays, and he's cleaning up afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what you want, Tom. You want hands-on guy, and he is.
So Thursday night, there was 3 water main breaks on the island, and no red alert went out to anybody. How does that happen?
I don't think we have a person in charge of getting information out, right? Didn't she resign?
Yeah.
I don't work for the town, and I don't live on the island, so that's why I'm asking you.
I believe that was the problem. I mean, we need that job's critical. I mean, we need somebody that's Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff savvy to get information out and get it out in a timely manner.
Gotcha.
So
okay, let's go down the line. Let's start with Karen Woodson. What would you grade her?
Who's sitting
on
right there?
A to F.
I'm telling you, again,
He
is
gave
that the
everybody
Catholic
an
school
A.
grading system? From
A
the 70s?
for A is the best. F is failure.
I would give every single one of the people on town council an A. Overall, a B because our playbook sucks.
Yeah. Is there really is the playbook going to change? Is there serious changes coming?
Yeah. That's our goal in the next 10 months is
Cool.
to get the playbook set up so that the next elected town council can run with it and go.
So if you were appointed in February to the town council, you would not run. You're committed to not running, 100% not running.
Dang near 100%, yes.
Wait, dang near or 100%? Because things could change.
Yeah, things could change.
Yeah.
So never ever 100% of
So
anything, but more
let's-
than likely, yes, I would not run. I've got 7 grandkids, and I've lost 3 years now with COVID and the hurricane. I want to spend more time with my grandkids.
Have you ever had a sinus infection?
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. It's fucking horrible.
Ooh.
So what are your chances on a scale of 1 to 10 of getting in? What do you think? You
No
talk
idea.
to the council. What do you think?
There's still another week left of candidates.
Yeah.
Some candidate might surprise us. Some, I think everybody genuinely, Barbara's got a great heart. She's
Yes.
been really involved with the community. Ed seems,
He's crazy. He's nuts.
Well,
he's never
from
gonna. He's
Right
kooky.
there.
Oh, is he here?
Yes.
I love
some of the stuff he said I like.
Yeah.
Some of it.
He's 100% for 17 floors. He wants 17 stories everywhere down the island. He's like, build it, build it, build it.
I think you're misrepresenting
I am,
him. He can
totally.
speak for
I don't
himself.
know.
I don't have a vote, though.
I think it's, you put your name out there. I commend anyone that
Yeah.
does this.
Listen.
I had a lot of discussions with my family, with a lot of friends, and I didn't take this lightly, and I'm not going to take it lightly. And I
Yeah.
want to be, if I'm lucky enough to get on, I'm going to be ready that first meeting to go.
Yeah, you got some history. You know the island. You've been here. You're a business owner. You're a resident, and I think you
Been
have a
on
good chance.
LPA.
And on the LPA, which is where all the action is right now. Which is really when if you actually do get appointed, that's super important. because
Yeah.
as I said this morning during my walk around, this is going to be an interesting political year because something's going to get approved. If it might not be the outrigger, it might not be Moss Marina, it might not be the Neptune, something's going to get through that the residents are either going to hate because you didn't follow what they said they were going to follow, or they're going to love it, and that will play a role in the election.
Yeah, I mean,
and it being that you're not running, that might be to your advantage one way or the other.
there's no advantage or disadvantage. I have to do what's right for my family, and right now, it's pretty much a no because I want to spend more time with my grandkids.
Yeah.
But I think for the people that always say no, that have opinions, when you're in a quasi-judicial hearing at the LPA and or on town council, public
I gotta remember
comment's
that.
crucial.
Yeah.
And it's not sending the same form letter email that your buddy told you to fill out.
Mhm.
It's coming to, I know those meetings are hard to get to, but if you really feel some way, I mean, I love it when I'm on the LPA that people come and speak at during the public hearings, because if I don't see them, don't hear them, get a couple emails. I mean,
Yeah.
so
And I don't
think
mean to bore you guys with this, but when I did get a chance to see the London Bay proposal for the outrigger, and Mark sets up the proposal with his commitment to the community and what they did in the Bay Beach area and what they're trying to do for the outrigger and how they're trying to create the landscaping. And then he says, but I need this to make it work. Now, I don't know the numbers. I don't see the financials, and I don't know this or that or the other thing, but he is part of the community, but it doesn't fit. It's clear it doesn't fit. And so the struggle will be, okay, are we going to give him 2 buildings to get the outrigger, or is he going to just say, you guys are effing with me like you F with Margaritaville for so long, 9 years to build what is the jewel of the island right now. I mean,
Right.
open to the public. I mean, it's amazing that people are coming down here just to walk through. Everything's going to be open. You get public amenities down there if they open. And so, or he could just say, listen, you guys are just jacking with me too much. I'll build condos and I'll be rich.
he can do that.
And so, I mean, that's the interesting
I know
thing to watch.
That's
to me
but
anyway.
he's just at the start of the process.
Yeah.
So again, if you look at this place where we're sitting, I mean, what those guys went through, I don't want Mark to go through that.
No, nobody else.
I don't want anybody to go through that. I don't, life's short, and I that's why I just can't say hard no, hard yes, because so many things are going to change by the
Yeah.
time it gets to where whatever seat I'm going to have.
Yeah.
If it gets there at all, but there's a process, and let's work out the process.
And sometimes when you look at those buildings down there, and they did a nice comparison of a shot of the buildings next to them, it doesn't not fit in. It doesn't not fit in. But there are people on this island that like the view of the beach.
Yeah.
That don't want to see the views go away.
I haven't heard from too many, if there are any houses left in that area.
True.
But
Yeah.
I haven't heard from too many people in that'll be impacted the most. So I'd like to get their input.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's certainly going to be interesting, and it'll go on for years and years with all the building that's going on.
yeah, it's like I said, I think these next 10 months are extremely critical for us to
Yes.
get our vision in place and to get, a roadmap so that the next council can follow that, and everybody benefits and the island comes back. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing after the hurricane was everybody told us you're looking at 5 to 10 year rebuild, and
It's true. It is true.
it is true, but it's hard. It's hard to swallow when you had businesses, when you employed people, when you love this place. And the hardest thing was to realize it's going to take that long.
Yeah.
But if it's going to take that long, let's build it back right.
But time does just fly. I mean, it feels like yesterday that the Cuban Missile Crisis was underway, and I was so worried about crawling under my desk and worrying that my brains
I
were going to be
wasn't
blown
born
out.
yet. It's a twinkle in somebody's eye.
I can't get enough of that stuff. The history of the United States is just so fascinating to me. I mean, it's just the greatest country in the world. And I want to thank the Lee County Sheriff's Office for putting the flag back up on the Matanzas Pass Bridge.
Absolutely. That's
Sheriff,
awesome.
Sheriff Marcino and
guys
Captain
are
Lava are the
great.
greatest. And they're out there directing traffic. And if you have an ice water that you can give them when they're out there, today's a hot day. So, Scott, good luck. in
Thank
your when I think, do we know the vote day? Is it going to be the first meeting in February?
February 5th.
All right. Big hand for Scott Safford, everybody. Great interview, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it, and we will see you soon. And if you were to predict the Sea Gypsy, when is it going to open? July 4th, 2026. The Sea Gypsy will be open, and we look forward to that. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you guys coming out, watching the show. Welcome to Paradise, Margaritaville, License to Chill. I hope you get to see the pool. Thank you to all our guests. Tomorrow we'll be live from Wahoo Willie's for our show with the mayor at 11 o'clock. And Barbara Hill will be our guest on Sunday as well. So it's going to be the mayor for 45 minutes, and then Barbara Hill, who's also interested in the seat, which makes it a great race with Scott's experience and Barbara's experience on so many committees for so many years. Thank you all for tuning in. We apologize for going long. Enjoy your great day today. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.